Get your films on with the Blurs.
Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
Unpacking movies has never been more spot on, woke, fire, and just plain lit.
They are lit all the time.
So if you're unsure whether or not to plop down some cash for a film, check out the Blurs.
When a man with a 45 meets a man with a rifle, the man with a pistol is a dead man.
Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolyte.
You really only need to hang mean bastards. But mean bastards, you need to hang.
Don't say you weren't warned. Ridiculous. Here's Brandon and Jeff.
Hello and welcome to episode 170 of the Film Blurs. I'm Jay. Forgot my fucking name this morning. I'm Jeff Stewart, and I am joined here as always with my friend
Brandon
and co-host.
Norwood. I guess we should start with the big fucking news that happened while in between recordings and shit. I saw this while I was at work, and me and my coworkers were talking about this for like a fucking full hour. Danny got hired to do Bond, and I'm like, cool. I'm very interested to know what his Bond movie will be. A lot of people are disappointed because now the news has came out that once Barbara was fired from Bond, and they just paid her out her $1 billion, where Amazon's like, here's $1 billion, please go fuck off, and just the rights are now ours. Once she and her brother left, because Barbara and her brother Mike Wilson, or I think that's his name, I can't remember. Anyways, once they left, they went back and they reached out to Nolan personally, and they're like, hey, we want you to do a Bond. And they were cool with all of his stipulations except for one, which is ever since The Dark Knight, he has had Final Cut. And they did not want to give him Final Cut. And I'm like, y'all fell into the same trap that Barbara did, because that's why Barbara didn't want to have him do it, because he wanted Final Cut. I was like, that's what's tripping y'all up. So that's why there will never be a Nolan Bond, but also I'm fine with that because we have Inception and fucking Tenet. Like, he's done two Bond-esque movies, so whatever.
Right. And I mean, honestly, I'd rather see him do wholly original stuff,
because he's one of those directors where like, his name
just
alone
let him fly.
Greenlit. So like, I know he's your boy, but I'm hit or miss on his shit, but I do appreciate the fact that Tarantino can get shit greenlit just off his name, and it's something like he came up with, and it's something that the one thing I love about Nolan is, like, if people know me, they know I like high concept, big budget blockbusters, and there's very few of those nowadays. And that's the one thing I love about him, is that they're wholly original and they're high concept, big blockbusters.
Yeah. So I'm fine with Denis taking on Bond, because he's Christopher Nolan Jr. Pretty much.
They both profess their love for each other very publicly. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. So like, at least we have another auteur in there. We didn't put someone in there who was going to get steamrolled. As much as
Denny was Barbara's first choice in the first place. So it's funny that their top two choices were the top two choices that they had in the first place. I was like, you guys, this sounded like it could have been a meeting and you guys could have resolved this, because Denny's doing it, but Denny's only doing one. And he's only doing one because he doesn't have say over the script. Rumor is Justin Curtis is going to write the script. And if you don't know who he is, he wrote Challengers and Queer and Sergeant Rock, which is on the back burner. He's married to Celine Song, who's a great filmmaker in her life. She has two fantastic films. One still one of my favorite films of the year. And Denny also doesn't have Final Cut. So I think, like, it's a dream. He said it's a dream come true to do Bond, but after this, he's out. And I'm like, I get it. Like, you're gonna dip your toe in the water and then dip. I get it.
Yeah, and like, look, that may change after whatever experience he has on this film, right? Like, if he loves it so much the experience.
He
He's always got the option.
So many projects, though.
To
you
come
know
back
what I'm
for a
saying?
second
Like
one.
he still got Cleopatra. He still has the fucking nuclear war. Rendezvous with Rama. That's the one I want to
cannot
see
wait for
because
that
that's
movie.
been gestating through so many people. Like he has so much on the back burner. I'm just like, you know what? Good, bro. Because like he's like Nolan, where I'm like, you got other shit you got to take care of. So like, and like, am I happy he's doing Bond? Yes,
Right.
but I'm also like, you know, in the long run, bro, like I'd rather you also see you do all the projects you have lined up that you really want to do.
Right.
Also, Sydney Sweeny is rumored to be the Bond girl. That's the rumor. She's gonna be the Bond girl. Yeah,
sure. Like
Sydney
I am
Sweeny burnout.
Yeah, like it's overkill at this point. Yes, she's
right, and you guys focus on one
for,
attribute and one attribute alone, to the point where I'm just like, you know, you guys could go see the same thing in a porn. Like it's getting ridiculous. Like
right. Like I mean, and like it's not like she's not talented. She really is a talented actress, but like
I've kind of gotten over her because this is a piece of news that I wanted to talk about last time. We just didn't have time. One of my favorite brands of soap, which I am fucking pivoting from hard, especially after this shit. They've been sold, by the way, to Univeller, and I'm like, oh, so the quality of this soap's gonna go to shit anyway. Dr. Squatch. I started using Dr. Squatch during the pandemic. I like their scents and everything. They teamed up last month with Sydney Sweeny
right.
to do a scent. And it was a limited edition run because they actually got her used bath water and they put it in there, and the simps on the internet went crazy. And I knew I was done with not only Dr. Squatch, but the internet when somebody on the internet was like, who's Sydney Sweeny? And somebody replied he's like, she is an actress with an okay face, but a banging body. And I was just like, how?
It's like, wow.
Okay face. Like, I was like, she's very attractive in the face. I don't know how you look at her face and say, oh, that's an okay face. But banging body, like, and I'm not trying to body shame here, but like she has an average body. The thing that's just ridiculous is her cup size. Yeah, she just has
she's well endowed. Right. She's well. Right.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing out there how dudes who could not pull a bog troll, right? Like a fucking bridge trolls or whatever kind of trolls that you have hard time picking up at your local bar are fucking shaming Sydney Sweeney's everything. Right? Like from her face down to her body. Like she is objectively beautiful. I'm sorry. Like you see her walking down the street. You're looking.
I would like her more if she wasn't so.
But the fact that it's all right, but it all boils down to like how commodified actresses are.
Yeah, because that shit right? was crazy.
Like just on an right. But the whole entire bathwater soap thing, that is a new level of masturbation right there. Because everybody who bought that shit is simply in the shower just fucking jerking off to the thought that they are taking a bath with soap made from Sydney Sweety's bathwater, which is a sentence I never thought I would say in a ironic joking fashion. Like that's a thing that exists.
They had
that
to
wasn't on my
purify
2025
that
bingo
water,
card.
I imagine, as well, just because you cannot use, when you take a bath, there's fecal matter in it. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was her shower water, I'd be like, okay, because then you could get the water from her top half and not her bottom half, so it'd still be easy to make. But it has, because that's illegal to sell like unprocessed
I don't know what the I don't know what the pervert science is that's involved in that. I just want to know what the marketing room was like, where they were trying to come up with a name for this. It was like
They called it
Sydney
Sydney
Sweeny booty
Sweeney's
juice.
bathwater bliss.
Like
yeah, I know she had her own fucking Ford Rango. They made her a limited edition car that she fucking it was like only 500 were made, and she raffled one off during a contest. I walked past the fucking Barnes and but yeah, keep going. I was saying about me walking by Baskin Robbins and seeing that she had her own flavor.
It's just overkill, right? And I need Sydney Sweeny to like be ugly for a year, right? Like just go walk around with prosthetics, right? So people concentrate on whatever other aspect or attribute of her makes her a real human being. Like maybe she does charity work or whatever like that. Maybe there'll be her chance to win an Oscar. But I need her just to be ugly for a year, just so we can stop talking about Sydney Sweeney.
Last year wrapped a project which is coming out. I don't know when. I'm interested to see it, where she plays a boxer or MMA fighter. It's based on an actual woman. And
yeah, I forget the woman's name, but there was a couple of specials on Netflix specials and shit on her.
She gained weight for the role, right? She's still beautiful, but she gained weight for the role. It was both fat and muscle. And once pictures of her leaked out in the role, she was just mercifully attacked, just mercilessly attacked. And I'm just like, she is not overweight. She is not like unhealthy. Like it's insane. It was so bad that she had to put a fucking a video on her Instagram, like of her doing squats and shit, where she compiled all the bad comments and then just did a super video of her working out. And I'm like, you don't need to do this.
Right? Like you don't have to do that.
Like you
for
just
them.
Dumped your fiance.
Right?
Go enjoy being a single 26-year-old woman. Like enjoy life.
And you know what? I can guarantee I know where most of these insults and complaints were coming from.
Oh yeah.
White men.
Oh yeah.
100%. Like the audacity of a white man, an ugly white man, probably, to comment on the aesthetic pleasure, the beauty of anyone else is astounding.
For those of you listening, as a black man, and I can say this because I'm black, and this is true about a lot of black men, we don't give a fuck, nigga. Like we don't give a fuck. Like we will fuck. In reason, anything. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't matter. We'd be like, yo, listen, as long as you're not crazy and you got your shit together, yeah, we don't give a fuck.
Look, I love a big back bitch. Right? Like, fucking give me
at the end of the day. At the end of the day,
talking about?
As long as it feels good, like you know, like that Tony's Tone song. Feels good.
Yeah, man. But like I wish I had the confidence of a mediocre white man. Right?
You know, people who I don't find attractive, I just leave alone. I just straight up leave alone. Like there's actresses working now, and I'm like, I don't find her attractive, but you know, I'm not saying like she should not be working or she shouldn't not do this job. You know what I'm saying? That's
never have I ever taken the effort to go on the internet, right? And to troll someone on their fucking looks. I don't have that kind of time. And my life is like, this bitch has a fucking crooked big toe. She should die. Right? Like that
about
just
crooked
seems
toes reminds me of Jimmy Olsen. Oh shit.
Yo, shout out to Jimmy Olsen, the biggest pimp in the game.
But back to this shit. But like, yeah, man.
Shrimp toes.
I love how Lois is like, Jimmy, I don't get it. How do you keep hooking up all these hot women? And he goes, she's hot. Yeah, I look, me personally, if I told somebody, yo, you're ugly, and they took that to heart and they did some self-harm, that fuck with me. That really fuck with me, because I don't know, maybe because I'm a human being, but also I know what it's like to be shitted on. And like, at the end of the day, like, I got other shit I need to get done. I can't be worrying about how somebody looks.
Look, I not to a point where I have to make a comment on it, right? Like, yeah, I've seen some ugly motherfuckers out there, and I will continue to see ugly motherfuckers. Keep it pushing. But I've never, right? It's like, oh, that motherfucker is gross. Keep it moving. Right?
I really,
unless it's the person is so ugly inside and out, then you're allowed to, right? Like, if it's from asshole, if they're an asshole from top to bottom, inside and out, then you have permission.
like you know, like an ugly motherfucker who beats his wife, and you're just like, lady, why are you staying with this nigga? Like, he's ugly. You could do like better. Otherwise, like, yeah, just keep it pushing, man. Like, yo, like when you see a hot chick with an ugly dude, or the other way around, a hot dude with an ugly chick, you don't know their relationship. You don't know them. Just leave them alone, bro. Like,
well, look, if you see an attractive dude with a less attractive woman, that dude is having the best sex of his
you know he's
fucking
being
life.
Pampered and catered to.
Right?
And the way I look at it, as long as he's not like mistreating her, it's all good. It's all good. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Look, a good orgasm will make you fall in love.
I was in school and I was in college. There's this really handsome black dude, and you know, me and him were talking about, you know, relationships, because he was in a long-term relationship. He's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna marry my woman. I was like, yeah. I was like, I just finished. I went on a date with this girl. She was really hot, but holy shit, was she really vain? It was like one of the worst dates I've ever been on. And he goes, I'm gonna tell you what, bro. That's why I'm dating my girl. She ain't, like, I'm gonna be real with you. She's not as attractive as me, but I love her because I don't have to deal with all that petty bullshit, and we get along. Like, we like doing the same shit. He's like, and I was like, yo, listen, I can't even front on you like that. You like, he said it, I didn't. Like, and I met her. I was like, she is a nice woman. And I'm like, good for you, bro.
She has a great personality.
I can understand why they are getting married. I was just like, yo, look, I can't even hate. I was like, but again, I wouldn't have said it that way, but he did. And I was like,
right, but that's all to say, leave Sydney Sweeny alone, but also I need Sydney Sweeny to leave us alone. Yeah, man,
because like the bathwater shit, her listening to her MAGA mom was bad too, because her mom, she wanted to get a breast reduction, and her mom's like, nah, flaunt it, use it to your fucking advantage.
I think she's used it to her advantage. Like, she's won the titty game. Right? Like, if titties were fucking magic lamps, she's gotten her 3 wishes.
And like, yo, listen, I'm gonna be a guy for a second, so sorry to all the ladies listening. You're gonna be grossed out by this, but like, yo, listen, I like dark nipples, and she got darkies. You know what I'm saying? She got them darkies, and the areolas are dark too.
I don't think I've ever noticed before. When she was
Euphoria.
What was she naked in? Besides
it's probably something. I think like, it's something else too. Like, I can't remember what else, but I just remember Euphoria just because, you know, Sam Levinson. Like, she even said, she was like, when we're shooting season 2, there came times where I had to be naked, and I straight up went to Sam. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this.
It was like, do I have to be naked?
She said there was 4 or 5 scenes where her character was going to be naked, and she was just like, yeah, I'm not going to do this. And I was like, fair enough. And she's like, I'm not against doing nude scenes, but only when it makes sense for the story and the character. And I'm like, yeah, respect.
It's like, yeah, why are you naked fucking doing dishes? It was like, why is my character doing this? It's like, because she likes doing dishes.
And somebody asked her, they're like, how does it feel doing nude scenes? She's like, well, I look at it as it's not me who's naked, it's my character who's naked. And I was like, look, listen, fair enough.
Well, that's some disassociation shit. That sounds like that's some very, honestly, it seems like some real victim shit. But that's another.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I also saw a meme on Instagram where it said, be nice to your local mid girl because she might grow up to be a Sydney Sweeny. It was a picture of her when she was like 13, 12, and a picture of her now. And I'm like, oh, so you mean a fucking kid who hasn't developed yet? You guys are weird.
I mean, like, was she how old was she? Was 17, 18 in this picture?
I'm talking
or
preteen. Like 13, 14. Yeah, where I'm just like, you guys are being weird.
All kids in that age range are fucking awkward and ugly looking. Right? Like, you train these chicks out here like they're fucking Pokemon.
Like,
right?
Like I've seen Zendaya when she was on the Disney Channel. I didn't think she was gonna grow up to be Zendaya. Like you see all these child actors. Like, yo, you look at Kirsten Dunst, you're just like, it's a little fucking white girl. Now look at her now, you're just like, damn.
Like, so here's the thing. If you look at a child, and if you ever said, "Oh, that kid's gonna grow up to be hot," then you need to be on a list.
Know who went through that is Brooke Shields. Brooke Shields. I was just like, if you watch a supercut of all the interviews Brooke Shields done from when she was a very little girl to the time she turned 18, I was just like, it's amazing you made it to your first marriage a virgin. And her mom is there the entire step, every step of the way, just pimping her out. All these dudes doing interviews being like, look how pretty she is. Like Jerry Lee, even Jerry Lee Lewis is like, look how pretty she is. I'm like, dude, she is 13 at the time of this interview. Old dude starts patting her.
I mean, Jerry Lewis?
Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis or Jerry Lee? Okay, because Jerry Lee Lewis is
Jerry
not surprising.
Lewis, I'm sorry, yeah. There was one dude, he was doing an interview with her and just patting her on the leg. And I'm like, yo, this is a 12-year-old girl that you're patting on the leg, my dude. And her mom's just sitting there. I'm just like, yo, I was just like, damn, I need to read Brooke Shields' autobiography because everybody keeps saying, they're like, yeah, read her autobiography because the shit she talks about and that shit. I was like, yeah, like you could see it in her interviews. Her mom's basically pimping her out. And they got on her for her nude shit. Like she did Playboy. She was in a movie naked, and they're just like, that would be brought up in every fucking interview, and you could see in her face the moment she is not there. If you know what I mean, like you could see somebody talk, and then you could just see when that person has completely left. And I was just like, that is some of the saddest shit I've ever seen.
I have a anecdote. A friend of mine went on a couple of dates with Brooke Shields when she was at Princeton. She, he said she's a pretty cool girl, pretty cool woman now because she's a woman.
I believe it, but like, Jesus Christ, I'm like, yo, Sydney Sweeney is about to be Brooke Shields 2.0.
Yeah, it's like but you know what? At least she's making her money, right? Like she's not she's doing the pimping. She's pimping herself out. She's an independent contractor, I should say, right? And she knows what she's doing. She's on that fucking Margot Robbie train, where she's gonna ride these looks all the way to fucking Oscar nominations and $1 million businesses.
Right. So like if I had the chance to date with Sydney Sweeney, I would. Like no guy's not gonna say they're not, but it wouldn't be just for her body. You know what I'm saying? Because you could date the hottest woman in the world and be miserable. Like I've been there.
I would date 45-year-old Sydney Sweeny.
That's another thing too. I'm just like, I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, I don't know if I want to date anybody younger than 32. Because I'm not even near 40, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to date somebody in their 20s.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say about that. I don't even like I don't even like having conversations with people under the age of 30.
I don't mind that.
Right, just
I
like
don't mind
straight
that,
up,
but
like
I'm not. It's hard for me to look at an actress and be like, yeah, I want to fuck her, and I'm like, like I will.
But what's the last? What was the last book you read? Right, these are the questions you ask
Like,
now.
don't
Like,
get me
what's the
wrong.
last
Like,
book you read?
I find Jenna Ortega highly attractive. I find Sophie Thatcher highly attractive. Would I date them? No. Those.
Let them get through. Let them get through their hot girl phases.
Oh man. All right. And moving on, tickets went on sale for the Odyssey on Thursday at midnight, and I missed out on tickets because, like most of the world, we all work and we need to sleep to go to work. They sold out in 4 minutes, and it was only one showtime across 4 days. So there's going to be more showtimes at it. Everybody's acting like they hit the lottery and shit like that, and I'm just like, guys, there's only one showtime a day. Relax.
And
It's
amazing to
they
me that
called it the 1 year from now ticket sales.
And it's amazing to me that some of these tickets are already finding their way online, being sold for like
I saw an
$150.
eBay listing for $3.
Yeah. All right. So this it's Christopher Nolan tickets are more of a hot commodity than fucking crypto.
It has made $1.5 million in pre-sales just from this drop alone, and I was just like, oh, the
right.
Tickets probably won't go on sale proper till.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, they're still shooting this motherfucker. You know that, right? Like Charlize, she said a couple of weeks ago when the Old Guard 2 was having its premiere, they're like, how was it shooting the Odyssey? She's like, yeah, I haven't shot anything yet. Like, I'm actually flying out next week to shoot everything that I have to do. And I very scared because, like, I'm the new kid at school. Everybody had a chance to bond already. And production is basically at the end. And here I am coming in at the end on a Christopher Nolan movie. I'm scared. I was just like, yeah, I get it. And I love Tom Holland. Tom Holland not holding back. He's like, they asked him, they're like, how was it shooting the Odyssey? Because I know you're getting ready to shoot Spider-Man. So how was it? He's just like, it was the greatest opportunity in my life. I've never had a better experience getting to wake up every day and work with Anne Hathaway and Matt Damon and learning so much from both of them, learning so much from Chris. This is one of the biggest movies I've ever done.
From a green screen.
I was just like, now this nigga goes back and do Spider-Man. Like, he was just like, I promise you guys, you've never seen anything like this movie. This is going to be one of the biggest movies ever made. And they're like, all right, well, how about Spider-Man? He's just like, yeah, look, COVID really killed the last one, so I'm excited that this one we're going back to shooting in locations on real sets and doing as much as possible in camera. Cool. And I'm like, cool, but if everybody who's worked on this movie has been saying this is the biggest movie ever made, you guys have never seen shit like this. This has an action that's never been put on camera before, and I'm just like, okay, so you're trying to tell me the Odyssey comes out, and then 2 weeks later, I'm supposed to be excited to see some fucking Spider-Man movie after I see what is probably going to be one of the biggest movies ever made, shot entirely in IMAX. It has come out now that the entire movie is going to be shot entirely in IMAX. First movie ever to be shot entirely on IMAX film, and there will be no shifting aspect ratio. The entire thing will just be in 1:4:3. So that entire 8-story screen for the entire movie. I was like, oh, Chris finally did it. He finally did it. And y'all trying to tell me you get excited for fucking Spider-Man?
The priorities aren't prioritizing.
Spider-Man co-starring the Punisher.
It's fine. Everything's fine. We'll see. We'll see.
And you know what? And I'm not saying I want this movie to be bad because I don't. I'm just saying I can't get excited. Come on, that's like me seeing Oppenheimer and then 2 weeks later y'all drop fucking No Way Home. I'd probably still like the movie, but I'd be like, yeah, but I just saw this other shit. Like, that's cool y'all got the other two to come back, but like
yeah, I got nothing. I got oh shit.
all right, Dustin, you got your work cut out for you. And for our last bit of news, staying on Spider-Man, Sony announced last night that
To what, 2030?
Beyond the
Like
Spider-Verse
at
is
this
once
point,
again delayed.
Like
3 weeks. So it's supposed to, or 2 weeks. So it was supposed to come out June 5th, 2027. It is now dropping June 25th, 2027. And I was like, bro, that's going to be 5 fucking years since the last one. Like Phil Lord and Chris Miller are going to have a whole ass movie out before this last part.
They have
because that trailer we'll get to in trailer
everybody
talk.
that they need to record, just in case any of them die. Right?
That's what I think, and I was like, because Sony's never one to let shit go. So like, imagine if this ends up being just as big, if not bigger than the last one, and receive just as well as the last one. They'll probably be like, yeah, so like Spider-Verse 4, and I'm like, I don't know, man. It took them 5 years to do the second one. And now it's taking them an extra 5 fucking years for this third one, which was supposed to drop less than a year after the second one.
Good luck.
So I hope it's good, man. That's all I ask for. I just hope it's good. That's the thing too. I'm like, yo, y'all want me to be excited for Spider-Man 4 when I'm just like, you know what? I honestly, I want to see Spider-Verse because that, like, I know I'm gonna see some crazy ass shit.
It's hard for it's hard for me to get excited for this new Spider-Man film, right? The Tom Holland one, right? Just because Spider-Verse is one of the best interpretations of the character of that universe we've ever seen, right? Artfully done, emotionally impactful, right? And I like Tom Holland. I like his Spider-Man fine enough. But it's Marvel, right? Like I'm kind of just I'm done.
We'll see, man, because the first reactions for Fantastic Four say it's good. Not great, but good. And I was like, okay, well, it seems like they're on the right path. But you guys will hear a very brief conversation about it.
Someone will talk about it. I won't, because I got fucked.
I mean, they fucked a lot of people with this. Like, I think the ball was dropped all around, and 90% of the blame is on Disney, and then about 10 to 20% of the blame is on some of these PR firms. Sorry, y'all. Like for y'all, that was probably 2 seconds. For us, that was like 5 minutes. But like it's. Oh, all right. Let's get into some of my watches. Real quick. I just want to top off Duster. Fuck you, HBO Max, for canceling this shit. Especially since the way the season ends, it wraps up the storyline pretty. I would say. What's the word I'm looking for? Fuck, man. Satisfyingly, but it leaves it open for some new revelations. Like there's revelations in the finale where I'm like, that's crazy. I wonder how that's gonna play out. And then very next day,
hopefully someone
canceled. I was just like,
picks it up because we've talked about it before. I liked Duster. It just didn't connect with me until these last couple of episodes. I still haven't watched the final episode because it's you know me. When I know a show is canceled, I kind of find it hard to watch that last episode because I know there's not going to be any more. All right.
Well, watch the last episode just so you can get closure, because like the stuff that sets up the second season, I will say it still works as an ending, period. But there's still so much more fun to be had, because there's that final episode does a lot, and I was like, of course, you guys, a black woman making a show created by
honestly,
J.J.
I'm surprised it got
Abrams.
greenlit
Y'all
in the
are
first
just like,
place.
yeah, no. Well, that's because JJ had this deal with Warner Brothers to start developing all this shit, and this is the only thing out of that deal that has proved fruitful, because the other thing he worked on got sold to Amazon, which is the Batman show. And then they said Demiode, that cost so much money and stalled out that it's just like, it is dead. Like, they shot a pilot and everything. Like, it's one of the, they said they spent like over 150 million doing this show, and it will never see this show. Shit. Demiode. You could Google it. It's like DEMIODE. Look, this is why and I say this, like, to create, like, creators, this is good for y'all because y'all are getting paid. But for these studios, y'all gotta stop doing these overall deals, because so far these overall deals have done nothing. Like, Phoebe Waller-Bridge did a whole overall deal with Amazon. Nothing's happened. John and his wife Lisa have an overall, and by John and Lisa, I mean Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy Nolan, the creators of Westworld, have an overall deal with Amazon. What has that gotten us? The Peripheral, which they canceled, and then he only produces Fallout. He directed a few episodes, but they're just producers. Otherwise, nothing.
No. I'm just looking up Demiode.
So, wait, go ahead. So, yeah, like, please watch Duster. Like, I love Duster. HBO also, when are you going to release season 3 of My Adventures with Superman? Like, that shit, normally we'd be wrapping that shit up right now. We still haven't gotten season 3. Like, they said season 3 is in the can too.
Now, so My Adventures with Superman, is that is that handwritten, hand drawn, or is that computer drawn? Yeah. Okay.
Both, but it's in the style of an anime. That's why if Superman sucked, I wouldn't even have been mad, because I was like, well, you know, they still got this banging ass TV show, but hey, it worked out for all of us. But like, again, he's just fucking Zaslav. Zaslav also canceled. You remember that Black Superman? There was a
the one with the
Elseworld story with a Black Superman that was very popular, and that. Coates, yeah, he was going to develop it, and Michael B. Jordan was going to be Superman. Well, we just found out the other day Zaslav canceled it because he thought it was too woke. Mind you, that was also going to be produced by J.J. Abrams.
I wish we would stop using the word woke, because it doesn't mean what these motherfuckers think it means. They're using it wrong, but also Superman is not woke. He's just a good guy. Right.
Also, this was an Elseworlds movie. Like, you guys have straight up said, yeah, we're doing Elseworlds shit, and we're going to have an Elseworlds logo to let you know, like, hey, this is just awesome, a one-off,
which is
some
cool,
standalone
which is
shit.
Stuff that DC does best is that Elseworld shit. Yeah, folks.
Yeah, and fuck us, huh? Listen, Zavlov's got his just desserts because the entire board voted down his to cut his pay. So he was getting like 100, something absurd, like 160 to 200 million a year, and they were just like, yeah, fuck that. And now he's only getting like 60 to 30.
Which, I mean, he's still rich, right? I think there should be even more punitive actions. Like, you actually give us some of this money back that we already gave you.
Oh no. They did that because a whole ass op-ed. I didn't even read the whole thing. I just read a first few sentences. Apparently, this nigga was secretly backing Trump and wanted Trump to win because he thought Trump would be good for business. And then once the nigga got in the office, apparently everybody at Warner Brothers, including the board members, all had to have a meeting, and they all had a come to God moment, and like, yeah, so you doing all this shit kind of fucked not only us but the whole industry in general. So because look at the tariffs, these tariffs have fucked our business, and now like he's under their thumb. Just, which is funny because I was like, this nigga wanted to fire Pam and Mike DeLuca because you know the first half of Warner Brothers was rough, but now they've been on a run ever since Sinners. They've been on a run, and I'm like, oh yeah, they're going nowhere. I was like, good. Oh, some news I forgot to say. The next chapter in the Dune saga started filming a couple of weeks ago, and it's officially titled Dune Part 3. He said he's not titling it Dune Messiah because they are heavily rejiggering that book. And I think he's going to pull from aspects of the next book as well, which is called Children of Dune. Because the last time Dune Messiah was adapted, it was in this miniseries called Children of Dune. And it was four episodes, right? The first episode was strictly Dune Messiah. That's how short that book is.
That was a sci-fi
and the last
original,
three
right?
was Children of Dune.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Everybody says, like, the only reason why Dune Messiah existed was because Frank Herbert was tired of people calling Paul a hero. He's like, this nigga's not a hero. So he had to write a whole 200-page, basically, epilogue to illustrate
it's
that
like
this motherfucker
it's like
was
when
not
people find out that Homelander is the bad guy in The Boys, right? Right? Like, no, it's on paper. It's like you've been seeing it. Right, so the same thing with Paul Atreides, right? It's like, he's not a good guy, right? He's not the hero.
Bro used nuclear weapons to wipe out his enemies, and then straight up abandoned the woman he loved to take the throne after promising her the entire time, I don't want to rule the galaxy. I just want to get revenge and help y'all take back your planet. And then when push came to shove, he's like, yeah, fuck that. I run this shit. We're going to have a marriage just so I could run this shit. I don't love you.
And
also,
let's have
I'm
a
still
space
gonna
jihad.
Fuck this girl over here.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Not a good guy, but okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, they made Chani the main focus of part 2 for. Oh god!
Didn't we already talk about this?
Anyways, The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Did we? We finished The Last of Us the entire season. Okay. All right. Cool. Poker Face ended, and I gotta say, these last 2 episodes of the season were not good. I loved everything up until these last 2 episodes. And Ryan did a whole interview with Alan Sepinwall, one of my favorite critics. He's mostly a TV critic, but he also dabbles in movies. And this interview, I'm like, see, this is journalism, because he's doing a whole interview about his whole career, including Poker Face. And Ryan's reasonings for Poker Face, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I see what you're trying to say here. Like, you want to flip it on its head that, like, Charlie finally found her match and that somebody managed to skirt around her and her lies, and, like, having her back on the run is, like, a consequence of her haughtiness. But I'm just like, it's corny.
I loved this season. I didn't even hate the last 2 episodes, but I think that it could have been executed much better, right? It could have been written much better. The whole entire Steve Buscemi character never comes back around, right? Like,
Yeah, they talk about that in the interview too, and I can't remember what he said because that was a week or two ago since I've read it.
Right?
But
Like, because I thought
even
at
that, I'm
that
just like,
last
man,
episode,
what a
right?
waste.
That last shot where the truck pulls up, I thought it was going to be Steve Buscemi. Right? And it's like, okay, her and Steve Buscemi
And that would have been
on the
great.
road, running from the cops. Season 3 would have been a banger with that concept.
Right. And it hasn't, just so you guys know, it hasn't been renewed for his third season, even though it probably should, because Peacock don't have shit.
They will be.
Neither has Organized Crime. Organized Crime has not been renewed either.
Is too much of a cultural touchstone right now, because it feels like throwback 80s TV, right? It feels like, right. It's Columbo. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, it's Columbo.
And people eat that shit up. Yeah, so Charlie has a nemesis, which is, I guess, cool, but not really, because we know who they are, right? Like,
I was enjoying the Mystery of the Week format. Like, the one thing I enjoyed about Poker Face is that it stopped being serialized, because the first season was serialized, and I'm like, I don't need a serialized story, because every fucking
the
show
highlight
is serialized.
of this season, I loved the shit when she was in New York, right? Like the con artist shit, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they could have had a whole
season of her in that apartment building.
Whole last season of her in
Right?
New York, honestly. Yeah. And then if they wanted to, they probably could have did a fucking crossover.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
Where her
oh
and,
my god.
The only
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, because they would have
Yeah.
They
So I
coulda
get
easily
what you're
pulled that shit
saying.
off.
Those last 2 episodes were lukewarm. Right? Like I didn't hate it.
I'm glad
It's
you
just
liked
like,
it more than I did, because I just don't fuck with it.
It's cool, but it could have been cooler, right? It could have been better. It could have been, yeah.
And it doesn't get me excited for season 3, because now I'm like, all right, now we gotta watch her run from place to place for this next season, and it's just so whack.
Right.
Like, look, I get it, she fucked up, but they know she's innocent. Like, the fact that she's on the FBI's most wanted, I'm like, bro, that was an accident.
She was set up.
She is a victim in this
but
whole
also
thing.
like that.
Yeah.
The fact that Charlie could find this witness, right? That's your fault, right? Like, that means the witness protection program is a fucking lie, right? If goofy ass Charlie Cale can do it,
right. Also, they should have, like, doesn't the FBI surveil their witness
like when they're
protection
active,
people?
like
they have,
you are about to go
so
before the courts, they'd have whole entire fucking teams monitoring her 24 hours a day. It's not like,
because I think it's like 20. You have like the first 10 years.
Well, no. It's how
and then after 10 years,
but she was an active witness. Like I'm talking about like, right.
Right, because this shit just happened. That's what doesn't make sense to me. Is like, she just went into
and so like she's still an
protection,
active
like,
witness because she still
10 or
hasn't
8
testified.
episodes earlier.
Like, once you've testified, that's when they put you in fucking Ohio under an assumed name and shit like that, right? But when you're actively testifying, you are being watched, right? You are being protected. But that's how wonky those last 2 episodes are, right? Is that we're talking about FBI surveillance procedures instead of the show. That's how asinine those last 2 episodes were, that we have to talk about the minutia because it's glaring.
Because like the last episode I remember,
it was fun. I didn't
the episode with
I
Method
didn't
Man
fuck with it as much.
That was a fun episode.
The one previous, but it was okay. Like I said,
Yo, I mean, like
New York is fuck.
The one with Aquafina had my fucking funniest. It had one of the funniest moments of TV ever, which was when she walks in on her grandma being eaten out, and she has the pepper spray, and she accidentally pepper sprays herself in the face. Like, that is great physical comedy across every levels and situational comedy. I was laughing for like 10 minutes straight. I had to pause the shit and get up.
Like,
I was laughing so
there are
hard.
some stellar episodes this season, but those last two that were directed by Natasha Lyonne were not.
It's weird how Ryan is still heavily involved in this despite not being the showrunner for either season. And he's making movies while this is shooting, and he's still heavily involved. And he shows up in the writer's room like, yeah, nah, don't. I'm like, but bro, you created it. I get it. And you're an executive producer. I get it. But bro, you're making a movie. Like, go finish Knives Out 3. Like, I don't know why he's sitting in the writer's room when he's not the showrunner.
When you come from that indie background and your success wasn't assured, and now that everything's hitting at once, it's like, all right, I can't let anything fall. Right? So I get where his head's at. I think he should slow down and concentrate on one thing. But I get the motivation to be like, all right, I want to do all these things at once because, you know, this was never guaranteed. He never thought he was going to get another movie after Brick, right?
But that's exactly what he said in the interview. He's like, one thing I realized is I need to start working a little faster, because he asked him, how was it making TV? And he's like, TV works at a much faster pace than movies. And I realize I myself need to work at a faster pace because I'm not getting any younger. I'm losing time, and there's still a bunch of shit I want to do. Before we move on from Poker Face, we should address this. Alan straight up asked him, he's like, what's good with your Star Wars trilogy? He was like, it was never set in stone. I pitched ideas to Kathleen Kennedy, and that's all they were. They were just ideas. Like, it was never formally greenlit. She wants me to do it, but honestly, Knives Out got in the way. And now that I've been doing Knives Out, it's just like, I kind of want to do my own thing. He's like, I might do it eventually if I get an idea that actually becomes a script.
Yeah, and that's where we are with Star Wars now. Like,
they were just
if
ideas.
You were given a Star Wars movie 20 years ago, you would lose your fucking mind. Now it's like, it's not worth the hassle.
Yeah. Ryan straight up said, like, the reason why he's not gonna do it is because, you know, he's finishing Knives Out 3, because it's gonna premiere at film festivals before it premieres on what's it called? Before it premieres in theaters, and then after its brief run in theaters, because they didn't learn the last fucking time, it's going straight to Netflix on Christmas Day. I was like, you guys. And also, why would you drop Knives Out and Stranger Things on Christmas Day? But we'll get into that. We'll get into that later. Anyways, Knives Out, he said, as of right now, there's no more Knives Out planned, but they will be making more Knives Out movies, because him and Daniel like doing these, and right now he has 3 scripts that he's working on, and he wants them all to go as soon as possible. And I was like, I get it. You are now Ryan Johnson, and now you're like, hey, I'm Ryan Johnson. I want to make a movie. And that's where he's at. And right now he's shopping these ideas around, these scripts around to studios, because he's like, I thank Netflix. I appreciate them, but I got to get my movies back in proper theaters. I like everybody listening, read that Alan Sepinwall interview, because I was like, great piece of journalism, great. It's just great read. But like, yeah, I think my man's is kind of he you know what I'm saying? He wants to be on that Nolan Denny level, and not for nothing, I'm like, yo, you know, you're such a talented guy. Because the one thing I will say about Ryan, the one thing I love, I mean, his
His
direction's
writing.
always great, but to me, what makes Ryan Johnson is his scripts. Because I've never not watched a Ryan Johnson movie and knew what was going to happen. Because every time I think it's going to zig, it zags. And I even asked him for advice multiple times. He knows so much now. I was just like, hey, I told him, I was like, what do you think? Because I asked him, like, I got to talk to him very briefly. Like, one time he's like, yeah, I remember you. What did you want to ask me? He's just like, I'm thinking about a character doing this, but I'm not too sure about it. And he's just like, well, what if your character did this instead? Think about that. And he walked away, and I was just like,
Right.
Holy shit. It literally unlocked the rest of my script.
He is a talent. And like you said, he shines in the screenplay because Brick, the Brothers Bloom, right? Like the Brothers Bloom, right? Any other writer director trying to do that, it would have been boring. It would have seemed like someone trying to pretend to do a Wes Anderson, right?
Right, but even his directing, because Looper, the way that movie, the camera moves in Looper, and some of the shots, and even The Last Jedi, the way that's directed, and some of the shots, and like both Knives Out movies could be easily boring, and he doesn't. Especially Glass Onion, the way the camera moves in Glass Onion, and Glass Onion, by the way, one of the best shot movies of the past decade. I'm just like, you're making a murder mystery, Ryan. Why are you going so hard?
You're essentially, Glass Onion, you're watching the movie several times in the movie. Oh, no. Gotcha.
No, not Glass Onion. I mean, Knives Out could have easily been boring. Glass Onion, I think, is exciting because both Benoit and the victim are in a potential death trap the entire time. But my thing that makes Glass Onion crazy is like the sound design and the camera work and the cinematography. I'm like, dude, you're making a murder mystery. Like, calm down.
Said
like he
Hitchcock
went too hard on Glass Onion. That's true. Like that's why I'm excited for this third one, Wake Up Dead Man. Because Glass Onion was so different from Knives Out. And he even said, he's like, I think Wake Up Dead Man's going to alienate a lot of people because, again, it's so different from the last two.
And he can afford to do that now because he's got his name. That's how you keep
things moving.
Right? So, look, this is why...
Look, as long as Benoit Blanc solving a mystery and there's some sort of comeuppance at the end, I'm cool. So that's Poker Face. Here's hoping to a better season 3. That's all I'm gonna say. That's literally all I'm gonna say. So let's get into movies real quick, and then hold on. I'm sorry.
All right, so I'm gonna pause this for a second.
Where the fuck is Letterboxd? Because I need some help. Okay. All right, so Jeff, I don't fuck with Netflix, but I activated Netflix for I forget what it was, but it was something on Netflix. I was like, oh yeah, I'll act. Oh, it was Cobra Kai because of Karate Kid.
Netflix?
I activated Netflix. I watched. By the way, I get that for free now. Yeah.
Hey. All right.
Apparently, that was part of the Verizon plan. So now I have ad tier Netflix, but there's certain shit on Netflix I can't watch. Yeah. So anyways, The Wonderful World of Henry Sugar, the short films that he did, that Wes Anderson did, I watched them. They're fine.
They're better than his last output, right? Like before.
I don't know, because we still got to talk about
like
the
these short films came out.
I like the Phoenician Scheme much better than these short films.
Yes.
Got you. Oh, so it's better than French Dispatch. I'm going to be real. I'm going to get that box set. Criterion is putting out a 4K Blu-ray Wes Anderson box set in September, and I'm gonna cop it. Moving on, Unhinged. Finally got to watch the thing that kept movie theaters afloat when we're all like, yeah, we're not going to the movie theater right now. Like, I'm not catching COVID to watch Russell Crowe murder people, but a lot of people did.
I've never seen
not
it
good.
because
Like, it's not
I've
good,
seen,
but it's entertaining. It's entertaining trash.
What's the one with Michael Douglas? Falling Down. Like, it seemed like it's just a remake of Falling Down.
Oh, Falling Down. It's mean too. Like, on parts of this, I'm just like, bro, y'all made it, and it doesn't make sense. Like, it makes no sense that Russell Crowe got away with this for so long. Next thing I'm going to talk about on Netflix, there's a trilogy of French films, and these are some of the best action movies ever made. The last one came out this year, the Bullet trilogy, consisting of Lost Bullet, Lost Bullet 2, and Last Bullet.
I've wanted
AKA
to jump into
Lost
these
Bullet
so
3, as it's known in France.
So much, but when it comes to foreign films, right? I have to lock in because you can't not look away from the screen, right? You have to read the subtitles.
I started this at 10 p.m. the first Lost Bullet because I couldn't sleep and my Netflix was going to expire. I was like, fuck it. I'll watch it until I could fall asleep. Nigga, I was delirious because I ended up staying up a whole 24 hours because I ended up, when I was supposed to be sleeping, watching the entire Lost Bullet trilogy. Yeah, I was just, the action in this, I was just like, France did Fast and Furious better than we did. This shit is awesome. The entire, Lost Bullet 2 is the weakest because that is literally a middle chapter. Like, it has no beginning and no end. And I was just like, the first one was cool. I was like, when the first one ended, I'm like, all right, let me watch Lost Bullet 2. And Lost Bullet 2, you could tell they got a bigger budget and just lost their fucking minds. And I was just like, And then you get to the last one, Last Bullet. And Last Bullet, they're just like, this is our last one. We're throwing anything and everything in this motherfucker. And it is the best one. It is the best one out of all three.
That might be a week, this weekend thing.
Hey, if anybody's listening, if you want me to, I will gladly take an IMAX camera and do an American language remake of this entire trilogy. Gladly. I will gladly do it. Now that I got Netflix back, honestly, I'm going to watch this shit again. I've just remembered. I was like, now I could watch this shit again. Except for 2, because 2 is literally just a middle chapter. It's what I hate about when something's successful is where... You know, the first one everybody loves, and then the second one's like, well, we're gonna make, we're gonna make another one. So like, we might as well just, and it's just like, no, treat these as separate movies. Like, have 2 be like its own movie with a beginning, middle, and end.
You mean like Old Guard 2?
All right, well, it's gonna be wrapped up in the next one. Oh, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. I liked it. They cloned Tyrone.
Yeah, okay.
Not a fan.
I get it.
Not a fan. I don't feel at home. I'm gonna save this for the main review, but I want to do another IMAX review of Mission Impossible because I went with my brother to see it, and I'll save that for the main review. I don't feel at home anymore. I don't feel at home in this world anymore. Macon Blair's directorial debut, did not fuck with it. Stars Melanie Lazinski and Elijah Wood. No. Because it was on YouTube, I was like, oh, Universal uploaded this to YouTube? Okay, let me watch it. I rewatched The Shadow because I haven't seen this in like 20 years. And you know what? The Alec Baldwin one. You know what?
Yeah.
It's not a good movie, but it's hella entertaining, and I will guarantee this is better than a lot of the shit we get now as far as
a couple of weeks ago,
shit's concerned.
By a couple of weeks, I mean like 2 months ago, I did a double feature. I did The Phantom with Billy Zane and The Shadow. And it's like, yo, these 90s mid-tier radio drama,
man,
fucking throwback 40s movies, I kind of fuck with them. I do.
Anybody listening to this, also give me money to redo the Phantom, because we gotta redo that one over. Like, that's the Shadow, it's bad, but it's still enjoyable. And you watch it today, you're like, oh no, this is a good piece of this is a entertaining blockbuster from the 90s. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want to take the Phantom. I'm like, nah, we gotta redo that motherfucker over, bro. Like, give me some money and let me redo that. Okay. I grew up on the Phantom, man. I remember going to see that movie in theaters. I was just like,
yo, you remember the cartoon Phantom 2029 or
yo,
yeah, 2040. Yep. Yeah.
2040. Hell yeah, that shit fucking rules. That's the same thing with Flash Gordon, where they've made Flash Gordon super young, and he had 2 friends with him, and he was like a surfboarder. He was an extreme sports surfboarder. Now that I'm saying this, I was like, damn, Triple X ripped off the 90s Flash Gordon's cartoon. Oh, Jesus Christ. Also this was on Hulu.
Still
I
haven't
finally
watched
got to watch The Illusionist. And I cannot wait to make white people mad, because I'm about to say this, and their heads are about to explode like scanners. Because I love pissing off white guys when I say I don't fuck with The Prestige. So I will say this: The Illusionist is 10 times better than The Prestige. And y'all know how much I love Nolan. So this is genuine. Yeah. This is the only good film Neil Burger has made, because Neil Burger's not a good
Scanner's
director.
head is explode. Yeah, like, wow. All right. I gotta watch both. I gotta watch both of them, right? And I think that's the reason I haven't watched either of them, because of this argument that people had. Like, oh, which one's better? Like, I don't care.
The Prestige is more polished and better directed, obviously, because it's Nolan and it's a bigger budget than the Illusionist. But like, The Illusionist, I think, is just better. Like, the characters are better, the screenplay is better, the reveal is better. Glenn Ross decided to rewatch that on a whim.
The ABC always be closing speech, man.
I want to give that fucking. I hope to one day, hell yeah, always be close. I hope to give a speech like that one fucking day.
Coffee
like,
is for fucking closers. I say that all the time.
Talks back to me and just give that speech. All right, moving on. I binge watched Mayor of Easttown, and I loved it a lot. And yeah, everybody in this is a piece of shit, which is very, very, very. That's what I want to say is, like, this is very accurate, because Philly is filled with people who are pieces of shit, and Mayor of Easttown takes place like 10 minutes from Philly, and I'm like, yeah, this makes sense, because everybody in this show is a piece of shit. And that's accurate, because people in Pennsylvania are pieces of shit. Just awful, terrible people. Everybody in this is just terrible. I'm like, yeah, this is Pennsylvania. Like, yeah. The accents are perfectly spot on. And they talk about getting coffee from Wawa, which is just not a Pennsylvania thing. That is also a Jersey thing. There's only 2 places I go to drink coffee. That is Dunkin' or Wawa. If it ain't Dunkin' or Wawa, you get that shit out my face. The only time I drink Starbucks is because my brother keeps giving me gift cards, because he knows I run on. There's 2 things I run on that keeps me going. That's THC and caffeine.
I never deliberately go to a Starbucks. I always end up at a Starbucks.
I need it to keep me going. Yeah, Starbucks. I only go to Starbucks because my brother gives me gift cards, because my brother works in a school, and he's just like, yeah, I don't want this shit. And he always gives me Dunkin' gift cards. And I'm like, oh, the Dunkin', I like Dunkin' coffee a lot. And also, I get free rewards from Dunkin'. You know how much I've gotten so much free food from both Wawa and Dunkin'. Like, that's why I tell people, I'm like,
I know it seems stupid or whatever like that, but if you're gonna shop there anyway, you might as well get a little bonus.
You know how much free food I've gotten from Taco Bell? I've gotten like over $100 worth of free fucking food, bro. Oh yeah, download the apps. So yeah, Mayor of Easttown. Moving on, let's do Hotel Chevalier. That's the last Wes Anderson film that I need to fill in for my blind spot, and I liked it. I don't know why this movie, or not Hotel Chevalier, the Darjeeling Limited. Hotel Chevalier is the prequel short, which I've seen before.
I liked it better than Grand
Limited. Yeah, I don't know
Budapest.
why people don't like this movie. I liked it. I don't know about that, but like I liked it. I liked it definitely better than French Dispatch and
Asteroid
there was one
City.
he did before Phoenician Scheme where I was also like, meh.
I still haven't seen Asteroid City.
Yeah, Asteroid City where I'm like, meh.
Yeah, but it's just it felt
it's on Peacock.
From watching the trailers and hearing you talk about it, it felt too Wes Anderson. Oh God.
Fair enough. Chernobyl. Finally finished Chernobyl. And
shout out
Christ,
to Johan
like history
Rennick.
just repeats itself.
This show is a horror movie, right? In all aspects of it, right? I actually rewatch Chernobyl once a year. That's how, like, dude, that's how good this fucking show
Jesus Christ.
Is. It's not like a limited series.
Jesus
right?
Christ.
But there's 3 things I rewatch every year. I make sure to do: The Wire, The Sopranos, and Chernobyl.
Yo, Jesus Christ. It's a holy trilogy of feel bad TV. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, all right. I'm going to move on. Ripley's Game 2022's like the only fucking adaptation that is not Talented Mr. Ripley. Like there's 5 books and we keep going back to the first one. I liked it. Like John Malkovich is Ripley. He's still a fucking sociopath, but like, you know, you're starting to see the good in Tom Ripley. And I honestly wish we would just turn these Ripley books
a Ripley
into a
series on Netflix.
Like, it's a limited series. It's called Ripley, but they only did Talented Mr. Ripley, and I don't understand why they just don't do all of them. Like, if you're gonna do it. Like, there's 5 books. Like, let's see the further adventures of Tom Ripley. Like, he exists more than the first book. Rewatched 28 Weeks Later, and it's still the weakest of the 3, but still entertaining. Rewatched 28 Years Later. I went to a fan screening to get that poster, and like I liked it much better the second time. I still think how I feel about it's going to be dependent on the Bone Temple coming out in January. But now 28 Years Later has made 160 million worldwide. Like it's going to finish here at 75 million, and overseas it's made like something like 70 or 80. And I'm like, okay, this movie cost 60 million to make, probably a little less to market. Yeah. Like, let's greenlight part 3. Just greenlight it. Like what? Besides Spider-Man, y'all don't got shit, Sony. Just greenlight it. And I have a feeling the Bone Temple will probably make a little more money because it's coming out in January.
The last 10 minutes of what we saw, it's going to be batshit crazy.
By the way, I thought that was the British chavs they were referencing. I did a whole deep dive. The Jimmies, as that gang is called,
the
molester, Jimmy Savile.
Yeah.
What? Yes. Because remember, this takes place in an alternate reality. So this is where, because all that shit came out after he died. So this is taking place where none of that shit came out.
Okay. All right. So you want a Netflix special? Watch the Jimmy Savile Netflix documentary. Oh,
For those of you listening, also the Jimmies are set up throughout the movie.
Yeah,
like
he was
that
a Jimmy.
dude they find who's hanging upside down.
Oh,
no, Jimmy's carved in his chest.
Okay.
Yeah. They walk past some graffiti in the movie and it says like repent, the Lord will save you, and the Lord is crossed out and it's spray painted over it.
Yeah,
Jimmy.
so this second movie in this trilogy is going to be fucking crazy.
I was just like, oh, that kid is in danger. Because when I saw it again, I noticed, I was like, they carved Jimmy in that motherfucker's chest. Holy shit. And then when they walked past that building, I saw that graffiti. I'm like, oh, this kid's going to be fucked. Because once we saw it, I Googled it after we did our review. I was like, let me Google what this is going on. And they're like, oh no, this was a reference to Jimmy Savile. And we're setting up a world where Jimmy Savile was still a good guy. And this dude grew up idolizing Jimmy Savile. And he's traumatized from what happened. Because, he watched everybody get murdered mercilessly, including, and his dad was just so
the second movie is going to be crazy because I can only imagine they're setting up a world where the shit about Jimmy Savile never came out, but what if it comes out in the movie, right? They discover, then that's gonna be fucker. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like that narratively,
who knows? I don't want to speculate like that.
Chef's kiss.
All right, because a couple of weekends ago, Jaws turned 50. I own it on DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K Blu-ray. I was lazy. I was like, I could have climbed over in my room, grabbed one of the many copies, and threw it in my Blu-ray player. I decided to just stream it on Peacock. So I rewatched Jaws for the 50th anniversary. And you know what pissed me off? As soon as I finished doing that, they decided to announce that Monday, hey, the end of August, Jaws is coming back in theaters. It's coming back in theaters in IMAX.
Yeah, no, I saw it in IMAX
a couple of years ago. Because remember they did the re-release a couple of years ago? It was 2 years ago. So it was in IMAX. They're re-releasing it in IMAX. They're re-releasing it in 3D because I went and saw the 3D after I saw the IMAX.
Yo!
And they're also doing a 4DX. So I'm like, oh, I might go see it in 4DX. And the 4DX version will also be in 3D.
Oh my God. Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, so for its 50th anniversary at the end of August, Jaws will be back in theaters. Regular, in every format you want to see it in. D-Box, however, even if you want to see it just regular,
I want to go actually and see it
regular
Screen X.
schmegular.
Yeah.
I heard Screen X is fucking janky because I heard they stretched the image because it's not shot in Screen X, so they stretched the image, and the screens on the side are darker than the main screen. Moving on HBO Max, because I wanted to see this when it was in theaters, and we never got invited, and it was only in theaters for like a couple of weeks. It was on HBO Max. I was like, yo, I could finally watch it, and I regret it. This year, 2025, Cleaner, starring Daisy Ridley and Clive Owen. Clive Owen, who's in it a whole 15 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
This movie's terrible. It's one of the worst movies I've seen.
Showing up in my menu. It's like, oh, you should watch this. You like this. It's like, no. I see you, Tricky.
Yeah, Cleaner's it's bad. It's bad. Moving on, Jaws 3D. I decided to watch it. I was like, I'm in the spirit of Jaws. Let me watch Jaws 3D. And nice. Fucking Jesus Christ. MAGA Quaid. Nice to see young Elizabeth Shue again. I'll say that much. That's the only positive I got to say about Jaws 3D. And I didn't think it could get worse than Jaws 3D. Oh no, I was proven wrong. Because I'm a glutton for punishment, I decided to
All
watch
I can remember
Jaws the
about
Revenge.
Jaws the Revenge is Mario Van Peebles doing a very horrible Jamaican accent, and then Michael Caine. That's all I can remember about that movie.
Yeah. And let's move on. Watch Superman Red Sun on HBO Max, and I like the graphic novel. I don't fuck with this animated adaptation. I was like, you guys either hit these out the park or just trip over your
I
own
watched
dick
Reign of the
doing
Superman
these,
the other day, and I was like, ugh, this is not good.
Yeah. Moving on, I had some time to kill, and it was only playing. I requested. I was like, I would like to see this in theaters. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt because this never got a wide release, and it was only playing in one theater in the city, and that was AMC 34th Street. Me and 5 other dudes in the theater. Bride horror.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Let's hear.
Yeah, Simon West. I see why you're relegated to making this, because man, you forgot how to make a fucking movie. This could have worked if you had a director who understood comedic timing. But again, not only does the directing
Thank
not
you
work,
for reminding me. They are having a screening of Con Air on Monday in Philadelphia that I got to buy tickets for.
Us, I'm gonna save for the main review because I want to do a deep dive on it. So I'll move. Did you want to do 40 Acres now, or save that for the main review? All right. Watched Scarecrow, a movie starring the recently deceased Gene Hackman, R.I.P., and Al Pacino. And this is I've never been bummed out watching a comedy before. A slow-moving comedy at that. So finally got around to watching 2018's Burning, a movie from South Korea that everybody wouldn't shut up about. It was on Tubi. I was like, finally, all right.
Is that the one with Steven Yeun?
Yeah. It's good. It's not as great as everybody made it out to be. Steven Yeun's. Yeah. It's good. I get it. Like, men suck. I get it, but like, For also on Tubi, finally watched 1992's Under Siege.
Trash masterpiece.
Yo, people have told me this is Steven Seagal's best movie, and I'm like, that's fucking insane. That this is
his best movie.
I was like, no wonder I've never seen a Steven Seagal movie.
Like, he's never been good. Erica Laniak.
I felt bad for Erica, the main actress in this, because the first 30 minutes of this movie, once the plot gets kicked in, I was like, all right, they're utilizing this woman properly. But for the first 30-40 minutes, I'm like, Jesus Christ, is this woman gonna be raped or what? Like, like the way she's shot, the way everybody's talking about her, the way she's portrayed, I'm like, yo, this woman is going to be raped on this military fucking helicarrier.
And honestly,
holy shit.
I fuck with the Under Siege Dark Territory.
After watching Under Siege 1, I will never watch Under Siege.
Who thought to cast Eric Bogosian as your villain? But he is so deep in the trenches, like he's eating the scenery so much. It's a masterclass in horrible acting.
It is insane to me that both Tommy Lee Jones and Andrew Davis made this and The Fugitive back to back. And it seems like it's from a completely Tommy Lee Jones
Right.
is a completely different actor in this. Like I've never seen him act like this before. I guess the
Right.
closest would be Two-Face, but that's Batman, so whatever. But like I'm like, Tommy, man, like what the fuck are you doing? And Andrew Davis, like this is so incompetent on so many levels. And then you see The Fugitive, which is just in top to bottom masterpiece. And I'm just like, how'd this happen? Like, how
So
did
you
you
know what
guys
it is?
manage
You know
to
what
make
the-
both of these in
It
such
really
a short
is
span
Steven
of
Seagal,
time?
right? He is notorious for being a monster on set, right? So if you want to know why Under Siege and The Fugitive seem so vastly different in quality, it's the Steven Seagal factor.
Okay. All right. Like there's parts of this, Jeff, I was like, this looks like a fucking 90s sitcom. Like that's just so shameful. I was like, Jesus Christ. All right, moving on. Batman Ninja versus Yakuza League, the sequel to Batman Ninja.
Okay.
I liked Batman Ninja. It was some dumb shit. This is just dumb. Yeah, this is just so. Moving on. Over the weekend, I was feeling pretty fucking down, so I decided to rewatch Tenet because Tenet. The more and more I get to know my fellow film critics. I'm talking about critics of stature, critics who are, Jeff, higher in stature than us. I'm meeting more and more critics who are just like, yeah, I fuck with Tenet. I love Tenet. Tenet is one I crank up. He's like, Tenet is a movie I just throw on and I just watch. And I just realized, I was like, now that I understand the movie, understand the plot of it and what's happening, I get why people are like, yeah, the plot doesn't matter for this movie because like it's so much easier to follow what's going on when you don't try to understand it and you just feel it and you just watch it as a movie, as this dude just using time manipulation to fight a fucking Russian oligarch. I think it's a cool ass movie. You just put it on and watch it. It's a shame we're never gonna get a sequel. I'm like, Chris,
never say never.
Do Tenet too, man. Like, yo, John David he says, he's like, yeah, I talk to Chris like 3 times a year. And one of those 3 times every year is, hey, so got any ideas for Tenet
does
too?
he? I don't know.
So rewatched F1 on the 8-story IMAX, man. And it fucking, I couldn't believe. I went to the last showtime because I had a screening later that day. Went to the very last showtime. It was 11 a.m. on that Thursday because Superman opened.
So
and that 11 a.m. showtime was
want to
sold
say
out,
this to Regal Cinemas. You fucked up by not having F1 in 4DX longer. Right? Because I was mad because I missed the last showtime for 4DX because of Jurassic.
Because of Jurassic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Jurassic fucked a lot.
Superman in 4DX, fine. It's whatever. Right? F1 in 4DX would have been next fucking level.
It's the price of putting out so many movies so quickly, and also everybody's jockeying for the premium screens because that's where you make the most money, is the premium screens, man. So we should be lucky that F1 ran as long as it did in IMAX. Moving on, I got the 4K Blu-ray for Once Upon a Time in the West, and I have this on DVD. So to go from DVD to this 4K Blu-ray, I'm like, this is insane. Also, just like Seven Samurai, for a 3.5-hour movie, watching it again, I'm like, this motherfucker moves pretty quick. And the plot is so like well written and structured. Like, this is the most well-plotted movie where it never gets confusing and you understand everybody's motivation from scene to scene.
To this day, it's considered a masterpiece.
And like, yeah, like, yo, listen, I rewatched it because, Nolan said he took a lot of inspiration from Once Upon a Time in the West for Tenet, and rewatching it, I was like, Oh yeah, there's specific moments I can pull for Once Upon a Time in the West where I'm like, oh yeah, he used that for Tenet. He used that for Tenet.
Right.
And because Inception turned 15, I decided to rewatch Inception. You know what I'm saying? It's still one of my all-time favorite movies, and that's all I got for right now because everything is the main review. So let's stop. We're the Film Blurs. I'm Brandon Norwood, and I'm the motherfucking protagonist.
I'm the protagonist.
I'm Jeff Stewart, aka He Who Remains.
Don't come at us. It's just fucking movies.
You've been listening to the Film Blurs podcast.
Man, I just love what you guys do, man.
I never miss an episode. It's the best. It's my favorite podcast.
Follow Jeff on IG on MindFireXL and Brandon on Twitter at BJN Tweets.